say. On another perfect regular season, you've seen a lot of good ones. Can you believe a 2021 loss in East Lansing is U of M's only pre-bowl defeat in the last 3 seasons?
I was trying to reflect back on what's been the difference. I mean, there's a lot of factors. I'm talking about the whole culture of this Michigan football team after the 2020 season. And I got to go back to Sherrone Moore as offensive line coach versus Ed Warner. Because since that time, Michigan has become a physical football team with Sherrone Moore. Sherrone Moore, who was actually the offensive line coach, the offensive coordinator, and the head coach in this particular game. But that's the difference, I think. And then besides that fact about that, you only lost to Michigan State. Think about Ryan Day during that. He's 40-0 against every Big Ten team, but he's 1-3, including 3 straight losses to Michigan.
You said you didn't know what was going to happen until they were all zeros. But when did you think it would be the Wolverines' day again? And how tense was it, knowing that Marvin Harrison Jr. was 37 yards away from ruining everything?
Yeah, I mean, there's been some weird finishes in that stadium. Let's go back to the Colorado game in 1994 and the whoa, he has trouble with the snap. So, part of me just kind of defaults to that, preparing myself for that. But I don't know. I think it was that 7-minute drive. I know Michigan ran the ball, after, Ohio State cut it to 3 and Michigan, cut it to 3 and then Michigan ran the football. And but they, so you're thinking, should they try to get the first down, take a knee, and run this thing out, or do you kick the field goal and force him to have to score a touchdown? That was a dicey decision. Sherrone thought about it for a little bit, but I think they obviously the right decision. Yeah. And Rod Moore has a big pick to clinch it.
Rico, looking at another U of M unblemished record, is this the best team you've seen in Ann Arbor?
Yeah, I think so. I do think so. Maybe last year's team I thought was a little bit better, Jack, but this team has been able to handle a lot of adversity. You've been able to win games without your coach 6 times due to off the field things. So mentally, they're stronger. I think last year's team was a little bit better with Ronnie Bell at the wide receiver spot and Jake Moody as a kicker. He was automatic. When they lined up to kick that 50-yard field goal, I didn't have that same confidence that I did when Jake Moody was out there. He can kick 70-yard field goals, and you're like, yeah, that's money. It's going in. But, yeah, this is a team that, they've gotten it done, and now we have to wait to see, where they're going to be seated in the playoffs. But, Tom, I knew it was over when Ryan Day decided to be scared right before the end of the half and kicked the 52-yard field goal. I'm like, you know what? He's going over he's afraid to lose instead of trying to win. Whereas Moore went out there, threw caution to the wind, and he got it done. And Ryan Day, you lost to a substitute teacher. Congratulations.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the Zach Zenner injury was that was a chilling moment, and
scored the next play.
Scored the next play. Blake scored, and he flashed to 6'5", with his fingers. I mean, you kind of felt like this was going to be Michigan State.
Karma.
Yeah.
Tom, let's take a look at martyred U of M head coach Jim Harbaugh with Connor Stallions, neither of whom has been on the sideline on Saturday for weeks now. But, I said the Wolverines will win the college football playoff. I still believe that. If they don't, will Michigan fans start clamoring for more Sherrone Moore?
Yeah, I think Sherrone Moore, if whatever Jim does, and back in January I said this was going to be his last year, that Mass White situation, and some of these other things that are going on, and I'm kind of going back and forth on that, waffling on that a little bit right now. But I think if Jim leaves, Sherrone Moore is that guy. Yeah, because if he doesn't, someone else going to want to give him. Someone's obviously else going to give him some big money because he's handled this team tremendously in the circumstances that he's gone through, and so he's one to try out, if you know what I mean.
Tom, I'll be surprised if Michigan hires Sherrone Moore. I really would.
Really?
Why?
I would. Doesn't really fit the Michigan head coaches. I'll just put it like that. Wrong paint
Barry
color.
Mueller taking over for Bo Schembechler.
Wrong paint color.
Oh, we're going to go there. Okay.
Oh,